Welcome to everyone on this cold evening, depending upon where you are in the world. We were talking with a friend today in Hawaii, and I think it's a little bit warmer there than it is here. But whatever the weather is, it's just a pleasure to be together. So thank you for taking time out of your evening to come and pray with this community. Well, January has been filled with anxiety, with uncertainty, and even fear, and perhaps hope. We want to open our hearts to love and compassion in February. So today we gather to focus on loving ourselves, loving others, loving the world. This is Valentine's season, and it's also Black History Month. So let's share the cosmos of loving kindness and loving gratitude tonight as we gather. We invite those who have lived on the lands before us to be with us as we acknowledge that we are the caretakers, if you will, of all those who have shared the lands on which we sit. So let's just take a moment of silence to be in touch with our ancestors, the way they have loved, the way they have cared for one another, and the way they have loved the world. What the world needs now is love.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another mountain. There are mountains and hillsides enough to climb, and there are oceans and rivers enough to cross, enough to last till the end of time. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there is just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another meadow. There are cornfields and wheat fields enough to grow, and there are sunbeams and moonbeams enough to shine. Won't you listen, Lord, if you wanna know?
Let us love ourselves. If I didn't define myself for myself, I would be crunched into other people's fantasies for me and eaten alive. From Audre Lorde, Cancer Journals.
Let us love ourselves. Love opens the door into everything, as far as I can see, including, and perhaps most of all, the door into one's own secret, and often terrible and frightening, real self.
It is not a matter of thinking a great deal, but loving a great deal. So do whatever arouses you most to love. Saint Teresa of Avila.
Hold your heart symbol so we can see these images of love. May love increase.
How could anyone ever tell you that you're anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you that you're less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
Beautiful.
Let us love one another. The first responsibility of love is to listen. Bell Hooks.
Let us love one another. To be together is for us to be at once as free as in solitude, as gay as in company. We talk, I believe, all day long. To talk to each other is but more animated and an audible thinking.
Love doesn't just sit there like a stone. It has to be made like bread, remade all the time, made new. Ursula K. Le Guin.
So hold your pictures of loved ones. Some people are just smiling as they're holding. Look around. You can go grab some photos at any time. You can even hug loved ones if they're near.
Let us love the world. I venture to say that for women, friends' love is an orientation toward the world as if my friend and I were more united than separate, more at one among the many than separate and alone. Mary E. Hunt.
Let us love the world. What we have once enjoyed, we can never lose. All that we love deeply becomes a part of us. Helen Keller.
Let us love the world. The best remedy for those who are afraid, lonely, or unhappy is to go outside somewhere where they can be quite alone with the heavens, nature, and God. Anne Frank. Mm. Mm. Mm.
So Magdalena and Annalie have the globes
Yes.
for all of us,
Mhm.
or anyone who has a map or a globe that you'd also like to hold up. Cheryl, you've got a map for all of us too.
Mm.
Mary.
Think about loved ones around the world. This group is quite internationally connected.
Mhm.
Ah, Rosemary, there's your globe from Canada.
Mhm.
Pamela, yours reaches to Jamaica. Yes.
Oh.
Hmm. So what have you heard and felt about loving from the readings, from your own heart, from the people around you? What love do you hope for in the future? And the future's now. How can you share love on a daily basis and make a difference in the world?
Mm.
Those are big questions for deep reflection. Take a moment to just hear what you hear in your heart. And Annalie performs the magic of putting us into groups. And when you get into your group, share your name, although we can see it on the screen, but share it and where you are in the world. And then share whatever glimpse from the questions or from wherever your soul is taking you that you want to share. And we'll have about 10 or 15 minutes together before Annalie brings us back into the large group. Enjoy meeting one another and sharing.
I have opened all rooms. If you need any assistance with navigating to that room or um, any other technical assistance, just let me know. And I can try to assist. I think that's welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody. I don't know if your group was like mine, but we were stopped in mid-sentence. And I thought tonight we were going to have a lot of time to talk with one another.
Sorry, I gave 12 minutes. I should have given more.
No, you did just the right thing. More would have stopped us in mid-sentence still. But we've got a whole screen here, so we have time to just take a breath and be grateful for the group, the few that we shared with. Think about what you heard someone else say, what you heard your heart tell you, um, and what you're feeling now as you look around the screen. This is a time when we can share with one another. And remember, you need to unmute yourself, although Annalie and I are pretty good at lip reading. If you want to put that magic hand up, go ahead. Or if you just want to put this magic hand up, you can do that too. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? What do you want to share with the whole community tonight?
Rita, Mary, and Adrian?
Well, I'd just like to share that in our group, we had 3 Canadians and 2 citizens of the United States. And it was lovely exchange with our friends across the border. And just one of the things is just to try to eliminate our consciousness, folks, not to focus on the main players that are causing disruption across the borders. And it's hard, but we have friends in Sydney, BC, Victoria, Vancouver Island, and she's asked us to promise to eliminate the consciousness of what's bringing us down, not to talk about it, try not to think about it. So we said, promise, promise, promise. We're working on it, and it was lovely to be with you all here tonight.
Thank you.
Donna, did you want to share?
Yeah, thank you. I am becoming more and more impressed whenever I'm in a group of all kinds of different people, that especially here in the States, we are very profoundly affected, at least the people I hang around with, profoundly affected by the decisions of our government. And it's, it causes great sadness, it causes great distress. But one of the things that I've been very concerned about from the beginning is that I think a lot of it comes from the fact that we really feel unsafe in many ways. And that's a new experience, I think, for the people in the United States. We are used to feeling safe, secure, taken care of. And I've often thought, how would we react if wild crowds start breaking out in our cities, beating on people, killing people, destroying property, as we saw, for example, on January 6th? How would we respond if an enemy came here and start bombing our homes, our business, our industry? It is such, I think, for a large portion anyway of the United States, a whole brand new experience. It's very frightening. It's very humbling, because I stop to think, I often thank God for living here in the United States and having all the opportunities I've had in my lifetime. So I'm not quite sure. I don't think any of us are sure what will happen, but it's another perspective that I don't hear often enough. Maybe God is teaching us humility. Maybe this will change I mean, people unite. I always remind God how good and generous the people of the United States are. But maybe this will make us better people in the end. I hope so. That's all I can say.
Thank you, Donna.
Me, I just, my last intervention, I just want to say how much I appreciate, Donna, you're referring to your country as the United States and not the other term that people are so used to, which is not true. There's more to America than the United States. That I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, thank you. That was very thoughtful. Spreading that love.
And a reminder to all of us. Yes, thank you.
I'd like to, I'm moved to express my appreciation for Mary Grace. I don't know if you remember me, Mary Grace, but I was in your home with Women Church Convergence. And it's a real thrill to see you here tonight. I just wanted to say that. But I also want to congratulate Kim, who was in our group. And on the smaller scale, we were sharing how difficult it is to love some people. And Kim pointed us to groups that counsel others who are dealing with the maybe antisocial behaviors of autistic people. And it was a real favor for increased knowledge that Kim was offering to our group, who were all sincerely trying to love a difficult at the present time neighbor. So that was what I take away from my group.
Thank you, Rosemary. We're on 2 screens tonight, so Annalee, keep looking on both screens if you can, and so will I. Janet Bourne, do I see your hand, or is that not?
What?
Maybe one last thought. I remember Cheryl said before in our group that love is like a direction of your heart. And I feel like that's very true. If we think about it, like love is really the way we think about ourselves, about the world, the way we act out, the perspectives we give thought to. And I found it to be like a really good quote.
Thank you, Beth. Thank you, Cheryl.
Kathy?
Yeah.
Well, I was blessed to be in the group with Mary Grace tonight, and it was just the two of us. So she started off reading a wonderful poem by Jan Phillips. I hope a lot of you know her, called How Do I Love You? So we just continued talking during the time about love and resources and how communities, small communities like this, are what keep us afloat, keep us knowing that we can love each other and have hope because we have each other, like-minded people who believe in the same values. So it was a wonderful, wonderful time together.
Thank you, Kathy.
Kathy Ann?
I like how Pamela is wearing her heart on the outside.
She wears it on the inside too.
Thank you. And I just like to say, Diann, from one of the reading where love, we have to define ourselves, or else we get sort of scrambled, shoved in someone else's definition of who we are. In order to have love, we first have to love ourselves, define ourselves, and not allow others to define us.
Thank you, Pamela. So who needs our prayers tonight? We heard some of those in my group. I'm sure you heard some in your group. Let's send our love out to those who need it. Because you know what? We have some pretty powerful prayers. We are powerful prayers. Let's share that. Tell us, and we can respond. Let's share love.
I would like to pray for all of the federal workers, especially those in our area, Maryland, DC, and Virginia, who right now are experiencing very high levels of fear and anxiety. And especially for the younger people who wanted to work and have been working in the federal workforce because they see it as a way of really giving themselves to the betterment of our country.
Let's share love.
I would ask this group to pray for Ukraine and for the president of Ukraine, that he will continue to have the strength and the courage that he has shown to defend his people and to defend his country. When you think of that man, he was a stand-up comedian before he became the president of the Ukraine. God had a great change in lifestyle for him, that's for sure. And also to pray for my friend Kathy, who is going to undergo surgery for colon cancer. Thank you.
Let's share love.
I'd like to piggyback off Cheryl's praying for federal workers, and to go even more so for families, kids whose parents, say both parents, are federal workers, and to know they're jobless with mortgages or rents to pay and families to care for, and the impact that is going to have, the trauma that that's going to have on their family.
Let's share love.
I'd like to lift up all the families who are experiencing losses of their home and family members, food insecurity, homeless, and ask that we send out a spirit of comfort to them, and also to those who are ill and in need of healing.
Let's share love. Janet Bourne.
Yeah, I'd like to please have prayers for all those who are struggling with the really severe weather trauma, floods, wind, snowstorms, ice. I know Kentucky particularly, which is just south of us here from Ohio, has struggled and had some really difficult times with the weather and flooding in the last few days. And I'm sure there are many others across the United States struggling with the weather. No electricity, cold, and all of that. So pray for all of these things. People will be able to get things, get the floods down, the electricity back on, and so on.
Janet, we had a hard time hearing you, but we hold whatever you said in our hearts and send love.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that. I was praying for all those who are struggling with the very bad weather around the country, particularly those in Kentucky, which is just south of us.
Yeah.
Ohio.
And flooding and hurricanes and now cold weather that will be following that. Yeah.
Let's share love. Colleen, would you like to tell us about your brother? Colleen was in my group.
Yes. Prayers for my brother who is suffering right now with he's bleeding internally. They've given him 4 pints of blood. He's been moved to another hospital where hopefully they will be able to determine where the bleed is coming from and be able to stop it. But he's in North Carolina, I'm in New Jersey, and I was going to try to go down tomorrow, but they're calling for 4 inches of snow down there. So right now it's just a long distance, and it's just difficult. Please hold him in prayer that the doctors can find out what's going on and heal him. He's tired.
Let's share.
Thank you. Thank you.
I hold up in prayer a Canadian man who is coming forward to fill us with hope. And I would ask for prayers for him. His name is Mark Carney. Now you've heard it here first. And he's running for the leadership of our dominant party, and therefore he would become prime minister should he win this leadership contest. He's a spiritual man. He's an economist. he has 4 daughters. And so I never stay far in my prayer from politics. That's what they accuse me of. And they're right. So I just offer to him, to all sympathetic Americans, Mark Carney.
Let's share love.
I would like to pray for those in humanity who have warm hearts and give thanks for the warmth of their hearts. And I'd like to pray for those who carry within them cold hearts. For this I pray.
Let's share love. So hold up your heart once again as we send love to all who need our prayers tonight, to the ones we've named, to the ones who need to be named. May love increase. In ourselves, in one another, and in our world. Amen. Blessed be. May it be so.
Whew. And now we take action, I guess, with all that love in our hearts and shared together today. Sorry, let me share the screen. So we're taking action by taking care of ourselves. Find routines to practice self-love intentionally. And that includes getting enough sleep and eating good food and going on walks and all that good stuff. Be the light you are searching for in the world and share positive news with your friends. Be kind, not only to others, but also to yourself. Tell people you appreciate them today. Call a loved one and catch up. Or write a love letter to yourself.
Together we move into our lives with arms open wide, each one sacrifice what pulls us together and makes us strong, what brings us to a space where we belong. It is love, precious love. In prayer we trust, by hope we live, on truth we stand, from our hearts we give love, we give love. Oh, our circle is one where love is the key, surrounding each one in this family. And as time passes by, life will teach
So let's radiate love. May love be within us. May love be within you as you love yourself. May love be beside you as you share love with others. May love be around you as you love the world. Yes, you can do it with me too. May love nourish you as you bring love and justice to all the weary world. May love and gratitude guide your decisions. Happy Valentine's season and happy Black History Month. Thank you for being here tonight in this community. A special thanks to Annalie for making it all happen in such a seamless way. A special thanks to Magdalena and Wed, who helped put the script together for tonight. And thank you, Virginia, for your lovely voice in the reading. And thank you to each of you. It's lovely to see your faces and to see your smiles. And remember this, when times are tough, and they're going to get tougher. We think they're tough now. Let's stay together and let's keep loving one another and keep radiating that love wherever we can. Go forth. We hang out. Let's see. Magdalena, are you still on the screen? Where'd you go? Yeah.
Yes,
She's going to tell us, she's going to tell us about some programs. A good one
yes.
coming up tomorrow.
You can join us for tomorrow our Water Talk at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and it will be co-hosted by the LGBTQ Religious Archives Network. And it will be a conversation between Mary E. Hunt, our feminist theologian that you all know, and feminist activist Charlotte Bunch. And they will talk about the progression of lesbian feminism and its intersections with religion. So very interesting. Stay tuned for that. And then in March upcoming, we have the water meditation on March 10th, which will be a meditation 101. So a collective introductions to forms of meditation. This will be an exchange for people that are new to meditation and people that are familiar with meditation, and to exchange different types of meditation and the modes of meditation. And then we have the Water Talk on March 12th with Jennifer Reisinger, and she will talk about how women can inspire and encourage one another. She will talk about her new book, Schooling the Nation, the success of the Canterbury Academy for Black Women. And we will open up a discussion about how allies can use their privileges to create social change. So very welcome for that. And our next ritual in March 18th, which will be about sharing resources and giving what we can. Because you have all heard Water's mantra, if we share among us, there is enough. And that will be the theme for our Water Ritual in March. We will be very, very happy to see you there.
Any other announcements that anybody has that you want to let us know about? This is a time to kind of share the wealth that's among us, or ask any questions.